Hello! So, if you don't know me, I'm kind of a Kirin combo connoisseur. So, I saw Spike put this list up on Twitter. Well, I don't have Twitter, but my friend sent it to me. And I was like, my time has come. And I decided I'd play it. I actually made a few changes that we'll get to in a minute. But for now, I'm gonna give you a deck tech. So, this deck is built around Celestial Kirin and Ugin's Conjurant. This is basically an Armageddon combo. This is whenever you cast a spirit or arcane spell, destroy all permanents with that spell's mana value. Ugin's Conjurant is a spirit that has a mana cost of X, so you can play it for X equals 0 while the Kirin is out, and that destroys all lands and tokens. So the deck is built around this, and it also has Boom Bust. So Boom is a pretty undercosted land destruction spell for modern. Generally, land destruction is 3 mana. That's the baseline. So this is very strong if you can cast it on turn 2. It says destroy target land you control and target land you don't control. So the idea is you play Boom with indestructible lands like Rustvale Bridge and Cascading Cataracts, and also Flagstones of Trokair, which is a land that replaces itself when it gets destroyed. So his idea was to pair this Boom Bust package with the Kirin combo as like a top end finisher, and support it with Esper Sentinel and Ragavan, of course, and also the Ephemerate Solitude Fury package. So you all know what this does, probably. Solitude, you can cast it for Evoke, and with the Evoke trigger on the stack, the sack trigger, you can ephemerate it to bring it back, and since it's a new like a version of Solitude, you don't have to sack it. So this is the strongest thing you can do alongside Armageddon, because the board state matters a lot, and Solitude Ephemerate is a super strong tempo play because it nukes your opponent's board and leaves you with a creature in play, a pretty sizable creature, especially if you evoke Fury and ephemerate it. So that's the idea. To support the ephemerate, you also have 4 copies of Wall of Omens. It's 2 mana 0/4 that draws a card when it comes into play. Ranger-Captain also has an ETB trigger. This can search for Esper Sentinel, Ragavan, or Ugin's Conjurant. And Seasoned Pyromancer is basically a draw spell. You want to have these draw spells to refill your hand after evoking a Solitude Fury, because you know the one downside of this is that it's card disadvantage, unless you have Ephemerate. So in the cases that you don't have Ephemerate, you want to have these draw a card spells. So I was looking at this list, and there was just one really small thing that I didn't like, and that was Wall of Omens. Of course, you want to have Wall of Omens just because you need a critical density of like ETB creatures for your ephemerates to be good. However, this wall is kind of counterproductive in your Armageddon deck. You generally want to have creatures that can attack your opponent, because if you have this kind of like grandy value package, you're going to be giving your opponent more time to recuperate after you cast the Armageddon combo. So my idea was to go down on the Ephemerate package and play Thalia Guardian of Thraben instead. And of course, Thalia is very strong with Armageddon, and of course, Boom Bust, land destruction with taxes. They go hand in hand. And I went down on the Ephemerate package. We're only playing 2 because we don't have as many ETB creatures without Wall of Omens. However, the card you get to play if you're playing fewer Ephemerate is Mana Tithe. Mana Tithe is, of course, very good with Boom and Armageddon. If you remember those red-white, like Boom Bust, Urza Saga decks that were popular for a while, those decks played for Mana Tithe. And I think it's very strong in this archetype as well. I've played it before in Banned Kirin, or like Green-White Kirin, and I was kind of underwhelmed by it, because it's okay in the turns until you cast the combo, but if you never find the Armageddon combo, it can be kind of like awkward. But with the Boom Bust Indestructible Land package, you now have more effective copies of Land Destruction to support the Mana Tithe with, and I think that makes it very strong here. So we're playing that. I also cut down on one copy of Esper Sentinel in the main deck to add a copy of Giver of Runes. Of course, Giver is very strong with Thalia, and it's very nice to have this kind of effect to protect your creatures from cards like Fury and Solitude. I also replaced the 4th Rustvale Bridge with a copy of Eiganjo Seed of the Empire. With Ragavan, Thalia, and Celestial Kirin, this can actually you can cast this for like 2 or 1 mana pretty like consistently, which is nice. And I think you also want to limit the number of tapped lands, because let's say you have 3 mana and you draw a Rustvale Bridge with your Kirin combo in hand. The tap land is very awkward there because it gives your opponent one more turn to use their mana. Essentially, you're giving your opponents like 3-4 extra mana to develop their board with, and that's usually a bad thing. So that's the idea. In the sideboard, I'm playing the rest of the copies of Mana Tithe because they're good against combo decks. I added an extra copy of Burrenton Forge-Tender for Fury and Ragavan, and other red removal spells, of course. And notably, I cut Wear Tear from Aspiring Spike's sideboard to play 2 copies of Prismatic Ending and 2 copies of Skyclave Apparition. So let me go over Ending first. Ending kind of serves the same purpose as Wear Tear in those matchups that Wear Tear is for. I assume it's for Hammer Time and Amulet Titan. And Prismatic Ending can hit Colossus Hammer, it can hit Sigarda's Aid, and also Amulet of Vigor. So it's functionally the same card there. The reason I think Wear Tear is not as necessary in the Kirin combo deck is because, well, you have the Kirin combo, which is already very good against land-based strategies, and particularly Urza Saga. So I think Prismatic Ending is more useful because you can bring it in against creature decks, and it can also answer Renin 6 on turn 2. And of course, you want to be able to do that in your Armageddon deck. So Skyclave Apparition, I know that Spike says Skyclave is bad a lot, and that's true to an extent, but I think this card is very strong in specifically the Celestial Kirin Ugin's Conjurant combo deck for a few different reasons. First of all, it is a removal spell that puts a body into play, which is, of course, like I said earlier, tempo plays like that, like Solitude, Ephemerate, and of course Skyclave Apparition, are very strong. It's also a spirit that can trigger your Kirin. That only really comes up in creature matchups, like humans, for example. But that's also nice to keep note of. The token that it makes when it dies is also destroyable by the Kirin combo. So I think it's good to have this card. The matchup that I think Kirin combo struggles with the most in this like meta is Green-Black Yawgmoth. I think that deck is very hard to beat unless you have, Solitude Ephemerate. And I think for this like Taxes style deck with fewer Ephemerates, less consistent Solitude stuff, I think it's necessary to have a sideboard card for that matchup, and I think Skyclave is very good against that deck. So I cut a copy of Obsidian Charmaw because it's only really there for Urza Saga and Tron, which are both like good matchups already. It is very strong, of course, but it's kind of win more. And yeah, everything else is basically the same. So this was a stream. I actually streamed it the same day that Spike first streamed his version of the deck because I was really excited to play it, and I didn't want to wait to see how he played it. So I was actually going into this kind of blind. However, I have played Red White Boom Bust and Kirin combo before, so I mostly knew what I was doing. Now, before we get into the video, I want to mention that I have started a Kirin combo Discord server. I figured with all of these different versions of the deck that Spike has been coming up with, and the decks that I've came up with myself, I thought that it was a good idea to make a Discord server to, compile all of those in one place for people who want to get into the deck. So if you're interested, there's a link in the description. And yeah, I will come back at the end of the video to give you my thoughts on the deck. But for now, enjoy the matches. Good hand. It's probably best to lead with Ragavan on turn 1 because if it connects, we can play Thalia off of the treasure token. If it doesn't, that's sad, but you know, definitely best to go for the high upside play. Are they gonna get Mana Tithe? If they bolt this, I can Mana Tithe it. Haha. And we drew the untapped land, so we can play Thalia anyway. Snow-covered mountain. Definitely just playing Thalia. Haha. Mana Tithe paying off immediately. You love to see it. And we made this cost 2 more. Or 1 more. So they can't activate it right away. Here we definitely just attack first. See what we hit. Snow-covered mountain. So we can play Seasoned Pyromancer, discard these 2 lands. Or we can just play Celestial Kirin right now. And then hold the Seasoned Pyro for next turn. Because then we won't... Or then we can like get more value off of it. I kind of like that. If this was a Conjurant, whoa, that would be quite spicy. Okay, so they're gonna sack the Spell Bomb. Let's just go to combat first. They stomp the Ragavan. If we drew Mana Tithe, they would have been so punished for doing this, but resolves. And now we can go land Seasoned Pyro, discard Thalia. We have Solitude white card. If we draw an untapped land, we can just hold up Solitude next turn. Urza's Saga. Okay, so Kirin is really good here because it blows up the Saga tokens. If we find an Ugin's Conjurant, they're just gonna play Bone Crusher and maybe like kill the Thalia. They could have Pirate Spellbomb or use their Pyrite Spellbomb to kill this Thalia last turn and then cast Stomp for the normal casting cost. So this is another white card to pitch to Solitude. So let's just attack with the Kirin, I think. We could get aggressive, actually. But they're on a 2-turn clock right now. I kind of don't want to give them life. Because this Bone Crusher Giant isn't really doing anything at the moment. This is okay. They have a second Urza Saga. So we really want to draw that Ranger-Captain. Chandra, okay. We have the other one in hand, so... Yeah, and we're guaranteed to kill this Chandra next turn. They play Soul Guide Lantern, that's fine. And we drew the land. So since we drew this, let's just play the Solitude. Get rid of the Bone Crusher. Attack Chandra. Oh, it doesn't even deal damage. Target of the spell. Get rid of the Chandra. Now we have Giver of Runes up. And a Kirin in hand. So if we draw a Conjurant, we can kind of just win the game. Token is fine. Give this pro red in response. And they draw. So now they have a 1-1. So let's attack. They chump block. And I think I should play the Kirin. I don't think they're playing sweepers. So this is likely fine. Okay. Got there. Against an Urza Saga red deck, we probably want Forge-Tender. Ephemerate doesn't seem like especially good. Solitude doesn't seem great if they're just a big red deck with like Chandra. I like Skyclave Apparition. And oh yeah, we do want these Forge-Tenders because they're like pretty much always going to be playing Ragavan. And then on the draw, we should probably take out the Mana Tithe because they can play around it better. On the play, we'll probably bring them back in. And do we want anything else? I did say Kirin. Hi Ketchel, how are you doing? I'm thinking between Charmaw and Fury. Charmaw is good against Urza Saga. Doing well, that's good to hear. Yeah, this is Spike's list. With some changes I made. I'm playing Thalia. I cut down on the Ephemerate package. Because he was playing like Wall of Omens and 4 Ephemerate to go with the Solitude and stuff. But I cut down on that and then brought 4 Mana Tithe and 4 Thalia. Or I added that to the deck. I kind of want this third Conjurant because they're playing Urza Saga. Oh man, I have 1 minute left. Yeah, whatever. This is fine. Yeah, so we also want Forge-Tender for Ragavan and Fury. Yeah, it's sweet. I've messed around with this archetype before. I just realized they're playing Yorion in their mono red deck. But yeah, I've messed around with this archetype before, and what the thing I haven't tried is Boom Bust. Oh, they're playing Spire Bluff Canal or Spire Bluff Bridge. That's kind of annoying. This probably has to fetch Sacred Foundry because we have some double red cards in our deck. The secret tech. They must be a wildfire deck if they're playing this, which makes sense because like can ramp into Chandra on turn 2 or turn 3. This I'm just gonna play that, I think, because I don't want to spend 2 mana on it every turn. Obviously, we could get in the free attack here, but you know, I would rather just have this in play, I think. Okay, they had the spell bomb. Also, we can bluff Mana Tithe this way. Sacred Foundry. It could be a Blood Moon deck, but that's fine. So they're gonna kill this. Unfortunately, I don't have the third land. I could get got by Blood Moon. That would be sad. They do play Cleansing Wildfire. So they're Jeskai Yorion like mid range, but mostly mono red, I assume. There's a third land. So let's just play the Ranger-Captain. And we can get, let's see, Burrenton Forge-Tender, maybe? Forge-Tender to protect against Fury. Could also get Ragavan. And we don't have any indestructible lands in play, so maybe getting Ragavan is a little better. No, I like Forge-Tender. Seasoned Pyro. Discard 2, draw 2. Let's see if they discard any creatures, or non-creatures. Non-lands. They did, and they have Urza Saga. But if we draw a land, we can kind of just get him. Oh, and they discarded Fury. Yeah, this is totally fine. And we drew the land. I'm honestly not sure if I want to cast it this turn, the combo. I probably do want to cast it this turn. But it's close, because like if they drew red card Fury, they could get rid of one of my creatures. But yeah, after they drew 2 cards, kind of feel like I want to do this to keep them from casting like Chandra next turn. I'm attacking here. If they double block, I can Solitude one of them and eat them. So let's cast this. Exile the Skyclave because it's harder to cast. Nice. This land is giving them a lot of play though. Perfect. Now we have a pretty fast clock. What is this, like 3 turns? 3 turns is a decent amount though, and they are hitting their land drops as well. So they just played this. I suppose their plan is to block the Ranger-Captain, and they only have 1 card in hand. I think I'm gonna attack like this, and then if they attack me, I can just race, and I get to hold up this Forge-Tender this way. They have a Yorion in hand, Solitude. They have Karn. I wonder what that gets. Oh, they could get Ensnaring Bridge. That would be annoying. Crucible. They can start playing their Urza Sagas from the graveyard. Okay. I think with this, I want to attack with the Ranger-Captain and try and get this trade. Or not the trade, but try and get their Bone Crusher Giant off the field. One of their we know what 2 of their cards are, and they're not Fury pitch castable. Okay, they play Crucible, probably Urza Saga, and their 2 unknown cards were in fact Fury red card. Kind of annoying, but we still have this Ranger-Captain in play. Man, we need red mana. I have 2 Sacred Foundries left in my deck. They can cast Yorion now, although they don't really get any value off of it. They go for Cleansing Wildfire instead, and they just cast Ragavan. Man, I guess I'm attacking here? I don't know what else I can do. I'm okay with trading... Oh, right, that's a 3-3. Well, I'm less okay with trading this, but oh well. Man, no red mana, that's so annoying. Ha. They got my Ragavan with their Ragavan. That's red mana, but I think it's too late now. Unfortunate. So for game 2, they are playing a big red mid-range deck. I think we probably want Mana Tithe, like some number of this. Bone Crusher Giant Fury seem to be there are only 2 red cards or 2 creatures. Oh, and Ragavan. So, man, I have no idea what to cut. Maybe 1 Solitude. Yeah, that seems fine. And on the play, we probably want Ragavan. Giver Runes is good against Fury, so maybe Esper Sentinel. Yeah, I got no clue. That's fine. Go first. This hand seems nuts, so let's keep this. We could play Ragavan next turn, but Ragavan on turn 1 seems like a better play. Oh, they don't have the answer. Oh no. Oh no. Uh-oh. Yeah, we're just gonna go off here. So, play Esper Sentinel first, and then play Boom, targeting this one and this one. Damn. Next turn we can play Thalia. They could have Fury here. That could get them out of this, but oh boy. So if the Ragavan connects, I think we're gonna play Thalia plus Forge-Tender. Also, I thought I changed the art for this Thalia. Oh, and we hit their Ragavan. I like mine more, so I'm gonna play Burrenton Forge-Tender, I believe, because their out to this is Fury, and Giver does not protect us against Fury next turn, and they can't even pay. So I guess they're gonna Needle the Forge-Tender. Can't do much about that. These two are so good against these non-creature decks. So we can play Ranger-Captain this turn. Oh, we got their Chandra? Oh my god. Wait. No, I can't play this because of Thalia. But if I could, we could start flashing back this Boom Bust. Or no, we couldn't. We couldn't because it has a... This thing has a manu value of 8. So that wouldn't work. But here, we're probably just gonna play Ranger-Captain. Now we can kind of like overpower a Fury. Kinda. Probably get Ugin's Conjurant. Pretty much their only out here is Fury. That's like the only card that gets them back into this. Ooh, nice. That was pretty sweet. The Ragavan into Sentinel plus Thalia. Oof. And Boom Bust. Or Boom on turn 2. Oh, man, these opening hands have been very good. Although I kind of need... Oh, this seems like hammer time, huh? Okay. We need to draw Solitude, like right now. I'm not even sure if I should play Ragavan over Esper Sentinel. We'll play it. Hope they don't have double hammer, because then we would just die. Looks like this Urza Saga is their only hammer. They can make a token though, so no attacking for us. Just play 2 Sentinels, pass back. They have a hammer, but we can block with the Ragavan. And then if we draw a Celestial Kirin, we're kind of in decent shape. Oh, they get Shadow Spear instead. That makes sense. Just give it trample. No blocks. There's a Kirin, so we have to survive like 1 more turn and also draw a land. And then Kirin can wipe the tokens, the Ornithopters, and the Ginger... Or, well, not the Ginger Brute, but everything else. So let's play Ranger-Captain, get Ugin's Conjurant, and then draw a land next turn. Come on. Also, avoid dying this turn. That's the other thing we have to do. So this is 8. We won't be able to stop the Ginger Brute. So I think we need to soak up a little bit of damage here. And we can jump with the Ragavan. Dang it. So close. Oh my gosh. Am I dead now? Yeah, they're gonna get a Colossus Hammer next turn. Dang it. So close, so close. Oh, it was 1 card deep. You hate to see it. Hate to see it. That would have been so nice. So nice. Against this deck, probably want Skyclave Ending Conjurant? Fury, probably. Esper Sentinel isn't amazing. Giver Runes is like okay. Ephemerate is good with specifically these cards. And we're on the play, so Mana Tithe is okay. But they do have a very low curve, so I'm not sure about Mana Tithe. Ragavan kind of sucks against like Memnite and stuff. I'm kind of down to cut Ragavan for Mana Tithe. I feel like that would be really funny. Yeah, let's do this. Actually no, we're playing Fury. No, we can't do that. Damn it. So our curve right now is like this. I probably need to keep the Furies in. This must be why Spike was playing Wear Tear in the sideboard for this matchup. Because it's kind of hard to cut cards to bring this Fury in. Yeah, we will probably have to cut Mana Tithe. Sag. Rest of the deck seems fine though. Going first, I'll keep this. It's kind of slow, but it has the combo in it. And this on turn 2. I hope they go Urza Saga turn 1 like last game. That would be ideal, because then we could boom bust it. But they don't do that, unfortunately. So they give her runes, play Cataracts. And then I kind of have to do this turn, because we want to play Ranger-Captain next turn. They should have attacked there. So let's play Ranger-Captain. Get Conjurant. Ooh, we have 2 Conjurants. I don't really want to attack into this. Oh no, it's probably fine. If they go for Ink Moth, protect Ink Moth, that's probably just okay. Yeah. And they don't have double white next turn. So I'm gonna hold off on the combo until next turn, because then we can wipe the board and all of their 1-drops. So what are the odds they're playing Metallic Rebuke? Let's see. This token is a 2/2. So we can attack with this Ranger-Captain. They don't block. Is it worth sacking this? Because that does make our clock slower. Quite hard to say. I'm just gonna play it. I don't know. Okay. Worked out. And we want to play it for 0 first, because they could respond with like Path to Exile or something. Okay. They didn't even want to see the second one. Nice. So yeah, the Kirin combo is very good against this deck. Since we saw Inkmoth Nexus, I kind of want to bring in this Charmaw. I don't know what to cut though. Ragavan is kind of bad on the draw. Let's see. I think you need 8 cards, 8 red cards for consistent turn 2 Fury. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Can cut 2 Ragavan and play 2 Esper Sentinel. And Sentinel helps out this plan, the Evoke Elementals. Maybe Ragavan is just better. I don't know. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, whatever. We'll just do this. Oh, no land. This hand would have been good otherwise. I guess I should keep this. Put back the Flagstones. This hand really wants Ephemerate for sure. If we draw Ephemerate, I think that's just very good. Oh, Skyclave is good too. I like Skyclave. I should not auto-yield, because they could put a thing on this turn. They got Cauldra. We have the Solitude for Cauldra, but yeah, I don't know. So we could play Solitude this turn, pitching Solitude, play a tap land, and the Solitude can take out the Stoneforge to keep the Cauldra from coming down. But then they could potentially go hammer into put it on this, in which case we would have to play Skyclave on turn 3. And I think we should pitch cast the Solitude with the Solitude instead of the Skyclave. Because Skyclave kind of does the same thing. We can take 10. So I'm going to go for that line. It is greedier, because that lets them equip if they find Sigarda's Aid plus Hammer next turn, or if they have that in hand. But I really want to play Ranger-Captain next turn. So Esper Sentinel is fine. I think the only non-creature in my deck right now is Boom Bust. Well, that's awkward. Do I cast that? It would let them draw a card though. It's kind of bad. It's true that I don't have my a 4th land in my hand though. Now let's play this. I want to get something in play to contest these Sentinels. They have a 3rd land, but they still don't seem to have the combo in their hand. Kirin. Huh. So we can Boom Bust to get rid of this Inkmoth Nexus. That lets them draw a card. So I'm going to Skyclave one of these Esper Sentinels instead, and then get in for some damage. Second Kirin isn't... I mean, it's kind of bad, but in the case that they have like a counter spell, it would be good to have the second Kirin, because then we could trade for a counter spell and then untap, play another Kirin. Stoneforge Mystic gets Shadow Spear and they don't play it. And we found the land, So I guess I should do that. Seems correct. They can blacksmith skill. It does say that says permanent. I never knew that. Well, that's fine. We have the boom bust. Okay, they're at 11. We can boom bust their land next turn. Hopefully they don't find another land. Okay, looks like they didn't. Yeah, pretty easy boom bust their land. Let's swing out. This trade is fine. Then we can boom their land. Haha. I think they were leaning too hard on this call draw. But I guess they probably just didn't have like the Cigar de Zane in their hand. That was very nice. Love to see it. Kirin Combo, I think, is favored against Hammer Time, like most of the time. Just not when they're like hitting you for 10 on turn 2. That's the only time when you're not favored. In other cases, you are pretty favored against them because the combo really it deals with Urza Saga, which is like their main, like their best card against these kind of mid-range decks. Double Sentinel seems good. They didn't reveal any companions, but they're mulling the 5. This isn't a great hand against Tron. It does have the Kirin in it, but yeah, not much else. Solitude is only really relevant if they have Wormcoil Engine. Haha, Mana Tithe. Oh, hey, we could we could maybe get them with that. That said, we're not doing too hot. I need to draw Ugin's Conjurant next turn, like really badly. I hope they play the big Karn this turn. Karn Liberated. Just let me draw 2 cards, please. Don't play around Mana Tithe. You never saw it coming. Come on, come on. You never play around Mana Tithe. After I shock my land in, there's no way, right? No way. Oh, yes. Oh, and we found it. Got him. Okay, and we have the Ranger-Captain Ephemerate. So I should play the Indestructible Land, and then I'm going to upkeep sack, get Ugin's Conjurant, attack for 2, sack on upkeep. Hope they don't have Ulamog. That would be annoying. We have Solitude to deal with Wormcoil Engine. Oh. Come on. You're not going to do anything. No. Yeah. Yeah. Let's go. Okay. Sick. Next turn, we can Solitude Ephemerate. Or if we draw another white card, we can Solitude Ephemerate just to put a faster clock in play. But we don't need it. Haha. Let's go. Against this deck, my plan was Mana Tithe, Charmaw, board out these cards, bring in Prismatic Ending and Ugin's Conjurants. And then we can cut Seasoned Pyro. Sentinel is fine. Giver is surprisingly okay, because they tend to bring in like creature removal. That said, this is more, I mean, this is a land destruction deck with like Boom Bust, so maybe we just don't need Giver of Runes. Then we could play something else. Oh, Ephemerate sucks. Sorry. Yeah, we should take that out. Skyclave can hit Karn and like the stones, and we want some Solitude to deal with Wormcoil Engine. It's kind of bad otherwise, but you know, it's fine to have these kinds of cards in this deck, I think. Yeah, run it like this. Oh, Ragavan double Mana Tithe. And boom. We have the boom too. Thalia. Play the Foundry, play Ragavan. Next turn we can boom their land and Mana Tithe something. Yeah, so let's attack with the Ragavan. We got a Chromatic Spear. I kind of want to leave up Mana Tithe next turn. This is an extra card though. I think I kind of value playing Mana Tithe. So I'm gonna do that. They played the tower last, so let's hit that one. I'm gonna leave up Mana Tithe. Okay, I guess I shouldn't have hit the tower. We got their Ugin, so I'm going to play Ranger-Captain, find my other Ugin's Conjurant, I think, because we can play these for a lot of mana. Oh no, let's get Esper Sentinel. Play the Sentinel, leave up Mana Tithe. I think that's the play. Ballista for 3. That's fine. I don't like it, but we'll just have to deal with it. Well, sometimes you just have it. Sometimes you just have it. Okay, we'll attack. Oh, I should have just played the Kirin actually. That was a mistake. But this is fine too. I don't think it'll matter a whole lot. But this is also fine because we can. It keeps them from Ballista pinging my Kirin down, which is maybe relevant. Oh, and they have Ancient Stirrings. Oh, sorry, I bumped the desk. Oh, and they found Wormcoil Engine, but they're definitely not casting that this game. Oh, it's so sweet. It feels so good. I don't think there's any way they're getting out of this. They need to have 2 removal spells this turn. Yeah, there's like no way. We can leave up 2 Mana Tides now. Okay. Nice, nice. I'll reveal my hand too. The 2 Mana Tides. GG. Yeah, so they had the O Stone in hand. I wonder... I mean, I guess Ballista was probably their best play regardless. Because you can't play this and sack it in the same turn off of 7 mana. That was nice. Yeah, 3-0. That went by super quick. It's been an hour. Got 3 matches in. Pretty good. I like that. And the Mana Tides are sick. Oh, I love them. I wonder if we want 4 Mana Tithe in the main. The Ephemerates felt like mediocre. Although we haven't cast any yet. So I guess I shouldn't say anything just yet. But man, I really want to play more Mana Tithe. I do think going up to 4 Sentinel and then the 3 Mana Tithe in the main seems reasonable. Man, we've been drawing Ragavan turn 1 so often. This is crazy. Oh, I think we're playing against Rhinos, maybe. Potentially. Fiery Islet exiled. I can imagine this being Rhinos. Okay, it's definitely Team of Rhinos. So, his hand doesn't seem too good. Although we did draw Boom. No indestructible land though. I don't think I should cast that. Sag. Boom also works with fetch lands, by the way. You can target your fetch land, and then in response to that, sack the fetch. Okay, well, I can't cast Seasoned Pyro, but I can blow up their Gemstone Caverns. So, wait, they fetched a basic? Oh, they're just gonna force it. Okay. Man, if I had Mana Tithe, oh, I feel like I say that so often. If I had Mana Tithe, then that would have been a great turn. Well, that's a red source. I've played Mana Tithe in like green-white Kirin in the past, in the taxes type deck. They still haven't found a one of those, what's it called, cascade spells. Okay, I shouldn't have said that. They found one right after. That's annoying. Well, this is probably fine since we have the 2 Solitudes. I kind of want to dig for the Kirin combo. I think that's gonna be how I win this game. I'm just gonna play the Seasoned Pyro and ditch Solitude Thalia. We found an Esper Sentinel and the Ranger-Captain. So we can take 8 next turn, Ranger-Captain next turn, or we can play Sentinel and then take some damage next turn and then play Ranger-Captain for Ugin's Conjurant. We could also not play the Sentinel and then Solitude one of these tokens to buy us some time. But since we're playing for the Kirin combo anyways, I think I'm gonna play this instead. They bounce a token. Oh, because we could have traded for their Rhino, one of their Rhino tokens. We're definitely just chump blocking with the Elemental token. Have to take 8 maybe? I guess. Okay, so I might have to draw Ugin's Conjurant like right now. I don't think I have the time for Ranger-Captain. Oh boy. Well, we can exile 1 token and do a bunch of blocking. I'm not sure if we're gonna survive this though. And I'm too lazy to do math, so okay. Oh, I should have Solituded earlier, like in their upkeep. Yeah, that was a mistake. Let's cast Solitude now and see if we're dead or not. Okay, no subtlety. 1, 2, 3, 4, 12. So this gains 2 life. This gains 2 life. This gains 3 life. Then it's 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9. Damn it. Damn it, no. I was 1 off. Or, well, 1 turn off. I just died in combat. Well, we almost got there. It was close. So against this deck, we definitely we need Burrenton Forge-Tender for their Furies, because they're a Fury deck. Ephemerate, I'm not sure about. Skyclave sucks. Fury is not great because it just trades for one of the rhinos. I guess it can block, but that's only if you hardcast it or Ephemerate it. So you definitely want the third Conjurant. Boombust is medium. Solitude isn't great. So we can cut like 2 of these. Cut Ephemerate. Bring in Mana Tithe, Burrenton Forge-Tender. Giver is... well, it's okay. We want some protection. Or we want as much protection against Fury as we can get. So that's why Giver is decent. Ranger-Captain's good. This is kind of slow. But I don't know how many red cards we can cut. Well, actually, we can cut these, maybe? I think it's fine to cut Fury. And go down one of those. Sure. Solitude is just insurance. Because we want to cast this combo here. This is a great hand. And they didn't have the Gemstone Caverns this turn. That's nice. Or this game. We can't boom bust that. That's annoying. But we can cast Ragavan or Esper Sentinel. I think Ragavan is better because that gets us closer to the combo. And I could play Esper Sentinel rather than hold up Mana Tithe this turn. I think if Mana Tithe is going to be relevant, it's going to be relevant on my turn, on my upkeep, because that's when they want to cast the tap spell. They could Fury me right now. That would be annoying. Okay, they don't have that. And they just let me untap. So let's attack. See if they do anything about the Ragavan. This Mana Tithe might be amazing. Hold on. Because if they go for fire, yeah, we get to draw a card and then cast Mana Tithe. Nice. We have an extra mana. Well, do I want to cast Boom, actually? I'm not even sure if I do. Because if they untap and play Rhinos, we can just Kirin combo them. That plays into subtlety, though. Let's just... I'm gonna hold this. Because they could have lands after the Kirin combo. And their deck is the type that can rebuild out of nowhere. So if they if we combo and then they find another, 2 more lands or 3 more lands, they can just rebuild right away. So let's do this. Oh, second Conjurant. Surprisingly good. So now we just really want this Kirin to resolve. Outburst is fine. It's unfortunate that the Cascade trigger went on top of my Sentinel trigger. But that's okay. So they get to double block, but then we get to Kirin combo. Possibly. If they don't have the subtlety here. And they don't. Haha. Got him. Yes. It's working. So, they could have Fury. Get rid of the Kirin. They don't have Fury. I'm just gonna play this now. Get 1 land. Because we have this Boom Bust. And play the Ragavan. Which gives us another mana next turn. So we can Boom Bust another land if we need it. We got there. That was good. My opponent said, Mana Tithe count 1. Love it. Actually, I should make a Mana Tithe counter. That's a good idea. Let's see. How many have we cast? We got the Karn. I think there was at least 1 before that. I'm just gonna put it at 3. Where do I put this? That seems fine. Plan doesn't change. Yeah, probably no changes. Submit. Forge-Tender, double Mana Tithe, Ragavan. I feel like I really just want my combo. I do want to Mana Tithe them though. Oh, but they're definitely gonna play around it, right? They're on the play. This is such a dilemma. Well, I really feel like we want the combo. Okay, well, I'm not gonna go lower than this. Actually, I might bottom the Boom Bust. So I'm thinking of bottoming Boom Bust because we don't have the red source, and they're the type of deck that will kill Thalia on the spot. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so they have a Footfalls On suspend. Oh, Mana Tithe? You don't say. Probably just play Thalia. So my best draw is Celestial Kirin plus land. Oh, that's annoying. Well, that couldn't have gone worse. I might just Eiganjo. Yeah, let's just Eiganjo this turn. I don't want to take more damage. Also, the Crashing Footballs is coming down next turn. So, channel Eiganjo, get one of these. Damn. That sucks. It's okay. It's okay. So they outburst in response. Make a lot of tokens. Am I dead this turn? I kinda am. That's sad. I guess I should have played the Thalia and held the thing. I don't know. Let's see. They might misclick. They could misclick. Are they gonna bounce my Thalia? Okay. Good game. So close. So close. So if we'd held that land, we would have been able to play the Kirin combo this turn. Then their Rhino thing would come off suspend. And they would have 2 Rhino tokens versus my Kirin and 2 lands on my side. And we would have drawn something, maybe. I guess it won't show me. Man, so close, so close. Well, it was fine. That's still a fun matchup. They use those, man, Solitude is very good against Kirin. Or not, well, I mean, Solitude, yes. But also Subtlety is what I meant to say. I've been gotten so many times just setting up for this Kirin combo, and then someone plays Subtlety, and yeah. They didn't have it there the second game, which was nice. My mouse is going nuts. Don't know what's happening. Do you see my mouse right now? I'm moving it in a straight line, and it's going like up. I will play first. Ragavan Boombust? Heck yeah. Okay. This is a great hand. And I can't move down with my mouse. I don't understand. So turn 1 we're gonna go Ragavan. And then turn 2, I think we play Flagstones and then Boombust. Because that gives us a second red mana to play the Seasoned Pyromancer with. Oh, it's Tron? Ao? Okay. Well, since we drew the Arid Mesa, we can just play this Cascading Cataracts. Oh, I should attack first, actually. Let's attack first. We hit their Karn. Yeah, probably just play this now. If we had a Mana Tithe in our hand, oh my god, this would be nuts. I keep saying that, but it's true. It's true. Nice. Got him. Okay. So what we did last time was this. Prismatic Ending for the expedition map. Mana Tithe, of course. And Skyclave just because we have some dead cards in here. Actually, Ephemerate's kind of good with Obsidian Charmaw, isn't it? Because this just keeps destroying their land. Oh, where's my mouse? What the heck? Yeah, we can cut some Pyromancer. Yeah, this is probably fine. Or like this. Seems good. Ragavan into Boom. I wonder if they'll concede again. They mull to 4. Okay, this Boom is gonna be nuts. I've had turn 1 Ragavan like every single match. Is this what it's like to be good at Magic? Oh, they have Ancient Stirrings. Next turn we can play Flagstones, Boom, Esper Sentinel. We drew the combo piece too. Ballista. I'm not gonna cast that. Let's play this. Play this. Oh, whoops. That was close. I almost blew up my own land. So we do this. Say yes. And hope they didn't have the second tower. They don't have it. And they're letting me draw a card. They found a tower. So we can attack. I'd like to draw Celestial Kirin next turn. Oh my. I just went through my main phase. That's awkward. I think it might be fine though. Like actually. Oh, but it would have been so good. We would have gotten Ranger-Captain for another Esper Sentinel. They have an Urza's Mine. The mouse thing I'm experiencing sounds like something players would say when explaining why they lost the game. Yeah. Yeah, if we lose this one, it's because of my mouse. Ranger-Captain. Oh wait, I should play this after attacking. Expedition map. That could get a Cascading Cataracts. I'm just gonna play the Ranger-Captain and then sack on upkeep, I think. At this point, we might as well get the second Conjurant, because they're gonna be able to pay for Esper Sentinel. And I might as well play this. I don't know. Oh, I forgot to upkeep sack. This is definitely a mouse problem. Are they gonna let me draw? They did. Okay. Oh, I should have sacked in response. But they got Ugin, Karn. If they minus it, I can just attack it. Oh. They have Ugin next turn, so I'm not sure if I can win this. Wait, what does... Ugin says exile each colored permanent, right? So I can play this for a lot. And then it'll survive, right? I think that's how it works. So let's kill this Karn. And then and then Ugin's Conjurant. Oh, I guess it's only for 5. Well, that's fine. Let's read this. Yeah, exile each permanent with mana value X or less that's 1 or more colors. So this has 0 colors. So we would get to put this to 1 loyalty, which isn't like that good, but you know. Actually, we can just kill it since we drew this Ragavan. Yeah, this has mana value 0 in play, but since Ugin says exile each permanent that's 1 or more colors, it also it doesn't exile this. Yeah. Yeah, so let's dash Ragavan. No, you're not stupid, don't worry. Let me think about this. So we can play Seasoned Pyro, discard at least 1 Ragavan, make a bunch of tokens so that Karn isn't like game over. You can discard this ending. Oh, okay, that's cool. So let's dash the Ragavan, go all at Ugin. Ugin dies, and now we're in a top deck war. Tron usually wins those, but we'll see, we'll see. Ugin has protection from... It's kind of funny, Ugin's Conjurant is good against Ugin the Spirit Dragon. This guy, it just killed its master. Damn, that's an intense origin story. Imagine you were birthed by Ugin the Spirit Dragon. Oh, so they have Blast Zone. Yeah, Betrayal lore. The lore runs deep. Oh my. But we found this. Ugin's Conjurant is randomly really good against Blast Zone too. What? Okay. So we can Blast Zone, or we can boom their Urza's Tower. Actually, we can just we can bust, can't we? No, we're 1 mana short. 1, 2, 3, 4. They have 10 mana right now. Okay, I legitimately can't move my mouse down. Oh, there it is. Nope. What did I just do? Okay. I guess we're attacking now. I was going to play Ragavan or something, but whatever. So we can hold this for next turn. Sack the expedition map and maybe like get a land. They don't seem to have anything right now. Unless they revealed something. No, I think they... What does it say? Okay, they're gonna make a chump blocker. And they block there, that's fine. Well, I could have solituded that. It might have been good. I think the best course of action is probably to play this right now. But I really do want to cast the bust part. I really want to do that. So we could be punished by them playing Ulamog next turn. But I want to get the flawless victory. So that's okay. So I can play this for 3 and then leave up... Yeah, I can leave up Mana Tithe and Expedition map. Wait, let me crack the map first. We're gonna go in on this BM here. We're gonna get an indestructible land, Cascading Cataracts. Then we're gonna play Boom Bust, or we're gonna bust them next turn. And then kill them with 2 Ugin's Conjurants. I think that's the plan. Ultimate disrespect. As they say, we do a little trolling. That's fine. Ensnaring Bridge, we can Mana Tithe that. Okay, they're gonna scry... Oh no, we can't Mana Tithe that. Well, we have the Skyclave Apparition, I guess. Fine. Okay, so we're not gonna bust next turn, but the turn after... Oh no. No, but they're gonna concede to this. No. No. I was trying so hard. I'm sorry. Well, we got the 4-1, at least. That was good. I like that. Hello, I'm back. So, what did I think of this deck? I thought it was a lot of fun, and it was very competitive. Thalia and Esper Sentinel, they were very strong together, and I think the strongest card in this deck was probably Mana Tithe. It was insane. Basically, every time we had it, and I really just wanted to have more of them. So the Ephemerate Solitude package, we really didn't run into any matchups where it was good, besides like Hammer Time. So I will refrain from passing on judgment about that. However, right after that, this league, I played another league with the deck, and what I did was I cut these two Ephemerates, added the fourth Esper Sentinel, and a third Mana Tithe. And in that league, we ended up running into Yawgmoth, and well, we got smacked because without Ephemerate, this deck is a lot softer to creature decks, and Yawgmoth in a particular, of course. So I don't know. I really liked Thalia, and I think I prefer her over Wall of Omens. However, being more all in on Ephemerate gives you probably a much higher power level in general. I think Thalia makes this deck stronger against non-creature combo decks. And mid-range like Death Shadow, Murktide. I think Thalia is a lot better against those decks. So I think maybe this might actually be the best configuration if you're gonna play Thalia. I think having a couple Ephemerate is nice as a hedge against those creature decks. And while it doesn't like really synergize with like this half of our deck, I like having that extra bit of power. Now in the sideboard, I was mostly pretty happy with this. I think Obsidian Charmaw is probably just to win more. I would cut this for maybe a copy of Mirror Crusader for the Yawgmoth matchup. Other than that, I think I would want to play the third copy of Ugin's Conjurant in the main deck, and then maybe go like this, because with Thalia in the deck, you kind of have more incentive to cast this Armageddon combo, and having the third Ugin's Conjurant just makes sense to me. But maybe I just want to blow up lands. Maybe I'm just addicted. I don't know. But yeah, if you want to catch me live, I stream at twitch.tv/RoyHerg. Yeah, have a good night or day or whatever.